everybody, it's Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to FlossTube number 34. I hope you all had a great holiday season. It's been almost 3 weeks since our last video, and of course holiday time just kind of got away from me, and we had a kind of interesting holiday. My daughter came home for Christmas this year, which was awesome, and we spent Christmas Day with my parents, and that was perfect. And then she had planned on staying for most of the next week. And the night before she was getting ready to go, she started to not feel very well. And she said, I've had this pain in my side all day. She said, I'm just a little bit worried about traveling. She was supposed to get up at 4:30 in the morning for a 5:40 flight. And she decided she'd better go to urgent care. And urgent care did some blood tests and poked and prodded around a little bit and didn't think it was anything too serious, but they thought she might have kidney stones. So they said, since you're traveling, I think you better go to the emergency room. So this was about 7:30 at night. So we drove to town, which is about hospital's about 20 minutes away, and I took her in. And long story short, she had her appendix out the next day at about 8:30 in the morning. So we, of course, canceled her flight, and she ended up staying here. She's actually leaving today, so she stayed a full another week. And she's feeling really well. She just handled it like a trooper, and she's getting a little bit stronger every day. So she's anxious to get home. She's been here almost 2 weeks now, pretty much right at 2 weeks. So that was pretty exciting, and I was just so glad to have her here so I could give her some extra mom love and make sure she was doing okay. I'm sure she would have been fine at home too, but it was nice to have her here so I could take care of her. So that happened, but it all turned out great in the end, and she's on her way home today. So let's see what else happened. It was that she actually had surgery on New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve day. So we didn't do, and I stayed in the hospital with her overnight. And so it was a pretty long couple of days. So we didn't do anything for New Year's Eve at all. In fact, I think I went to bed at 9:30. So yeah, not quite celebrating the way I used to 20 years ago. Last video, we were celebrating our reaching 500 subscribers. Since then, we have gone up to 587 subscribers, but we had a huge giveaway, had 16 or 17 things that we offered for giveaway. So I'm going to get right into the winners. So if I mention your name as a winner of one of the following items, contact me via email. There's a link below in the more information section, or actually my email address is below in the more information section. Contact me and tell me which item you won. And then I will get that to you I'll mail it to you as soon as I hear from you. So the first thing we gave away was the journal by It's So Emma. Has a spot for up to 50 different projects. And the winner of that is Charlene Berlinski. And if I say anyone's name wrong, please forgive me. I'll do the best I can. The next thing we gave away was the Snow Friend Ornament Kit, DMC Petites. It's a brand new kit, and the winner of that was Jerry Ann Holdaway. The third item was the Mouse Ornament Kit by Dimensions also, brand new kit. And the winner of that was Cindy Cannon. And this one was really popular. We had 12 people entered for the Snow Friend ornament, and then 9 people entered for this, As Ye Sow. And this is a pre-owned, most of these come from a pre-owned individual collection. So this one you can see has some Stitcher's notes on it. The winner of this is Cheryl Lemon, As Ye Sow by Rosewood Manors, Cheryl Lemon. The next one is Harvest Littles by Homespun Elegance. Actually, no, it's by Hollis Designs. And the winner for Harvest Littles is Kelly Hale. The next one is Spring Fever. We had 3 people enter for this one. It's by Mosey and Me, Spring Fever. And the winner, the username is AC Stitches. The next one we were giving away is Fall Crazies by Lizzie Kate. And we had 6 people enter for this one. And the winner is Sue Pockrant. Sue Pockrant. Pockrand. I apologize, Sue, if I said that wrong. We had 6 entries for Stitch Every Day by Hands On Design. And the winner for that one is Valerie Rennell. Then we had a set of 12 patterns by Sweetheart Tree, the Sweetheart Tree. And we had 5 entries for that. And the winner is Jane Lawrence. Jane Lawrence, you won Sweetheart Trees. The next one is 4 season boxes by Faithwork Designs. And we had 4 entries for that. And the winner is Leslie O'Brien. Leslie O'Brien. Then we had 9 entries for Mary Brew by Plum Street Samplers. And the winner for that is Lisa Powell. Lisa Powell, you won Mary Brew. Then we had 5 entries for Cottage Farm by, let's see, Linda Meyer Designs. And the winner for that is Mary Whitmer. Mary Whitmer. Then we had 2 entries for Mother's Love by, let's see, Custom Crafts. And the winner for that one is, the username is Owl and Gator Stitcher. Owl and Gator Stitcher won Mother's Love. Then we had 3 entries for Spring Visit by Mystic Stitch. And the winner for that one is Deborah Goth. Goethe. Sorry about that, Deborah. And the last one was Easter Banner. We had 4 entries, and the username for that is AMSCHERT. Amshirt. AMSCHERT. We had 2 other things. I Love Uncle Sam and Isis Sophia, and nobody requested those. So those will go maybe in a later giveaway. So if your name was mentioned, contact me via email and tell me who you are. I'll need your mailing address, and I need to know which item you won. So thank you, everybody. We had, I think, 35 people overall participated. So that was really, really, really good. And we're almost to 600 subscribers, so we might have to have another nice giveaway here pretty soon. I'm trying to find the giveaway that I had for today. I might have to stop my video again. Seems like that happens every time. So stitching wise, I had a couple of things in Stitchy mail. I got 2 Christmas cards, which is a first for me from a customer, and I really credit that to more social media involvement like FlossTube and Stitch Alongs and stuff like that. So I got a card from Susan and Desiree, and both of those cards just made my day. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Such a busy time of year, and I really appreciate that you took the time to send me a card. That was really sweet. Let's see. Stitching, my own personal stitching. So it has been a couple weeks, and I am working on Sunflowers Farm by Betty Core. I love this pattern. I've said it 1,000 times. Well, maybe not 1,000, but like 34. And last time I had just finished, I just started this blue planter right here. Just started that. So here's where I am now. I finished all of the planter and most of the sunflowers. And then I also worked on this kind of lace border down here a little bit. So there's more. I've got more done over here on the side. So I've finished. I'm doing pretty good. I've got almost all of this done. I've got all of this part done here. So from the house all the way over to this large sunflower. So I still need to do where it says Sunflowers Farm. And then I need to do this girl with her garden bench up here, and then the border. And then I'll be done. So it'll be a little while yet. I don't stitch very fast, and I don't stitch as often as I should. But I am just loving this. That chart is called Sunflowers Farm. It's been a big seller on our site, and I do have more in stock if you're interested. Okay, so the sampler history lesson today. Oh, wait, first of all, the business segment. So last time I skipped the business segment. And this one is, I'm going to just talk about a new feature that we introduced, and a dilemma that I have, and every cross-stitch store has. Your local L&S will tell you the same thing. It's how to get rid of, or I wouldn't say get rid of, but how to move old inventory or items you have too much of. So I have inventory. So I started selling in earnest online about 2001, and then I quit my full-time job and really got into it in 2003. And I have inventory, like a lot of inventory, way back from 2003, 2002, 2006. And in order to keep purchasing new inventory, I have to get rid of some of the inventory I have. So, you know, you have sales and sales and sales, but I've had videos in the past about you know, having too many sales, and then nobody wants to shop on your site at regular price, and sales are very expensive. You really end up making nothing when you have a sale. Speaking of which, our year-end sale was amazing. We, like I said, you don't make much profit, but you do move quite a bit of inventory, and I had a great response thanks to everybody who shopped around any time between Thanksgiving and the New Year. We really had a great response to our sales then. But sometimes even stuff that's marked down on sale just never moves. There's a couple problems. Some of the older items, many of the older items that I have very small photos. I scan everything I list gets scanned by me, and then I resize it. And back when I first started, bandwidth was extremely expensive. So the photos that you see from way back when are very small. So I've been slowly rescanning things to give, especially things that I really think people would be interested if they could see a little bit better photo of it. So I have done some rescanning, but I have thousands of items. So part of the thing is that people just, you know, they can't really get an appreciation of the chart because the photo is so small. So that's a problem. And so even if I list those, you know, 35% off, they don't sell. So what I'm trying this year, and so I used to have a bargain bin. I had a bargain bin section that had all the stuff that was older, or I had 20 copies or more of it, you know, things like that. And the way it worked was if you bought one item, you got it for the price it was listed at, and it was deeply discounted. If you bought two, I think you saved 15%, and it kept going more and more off every time you bought more out of that category, up to 35% off the discounted price, but you had to buy like 5 or 6 of them out of that category. So I had this bargain bin category, and the more you purchased out of that category, the deeper discount you got on what you bought. And that had been in place for many years. So I decided to change that, and I made it into a make an offer category. So if you go to our site now and you go under the menu shop now, there's a section called make an offer. And when you go into anything on the make an offer section and you open it in full detail view, not the quick view, not just the little window, but the full detail view, you'll see the add to cart button, and off to the right hand side of the add to cart button, there's like a product reviews, question and answers, and then there'll be a make an offer button. And you click that make an offer button, and it will show you the current price, and then it gives you a place to enter the price that you might want to pay. So think garage sale prices. So if you go in there and you see something, especially if there's 35 of them in stock, which it tells you how many are in stock, then, you know, go ahead and make what you feel is a aggressive but fair price offer. And right away you'll get an email that says your offer was received, and then all of the accepting and declining of the offers is done automatically. So I have set a price on every single item. I think there's about 300 charts in that section, and I've set the price on every one of what I'm willing to accept for an offer. So as soon as you make your offer, within a few minutes, you'll get an email that says your offer was received, and then you'll get an email that says whether it was declined or accepted. If it's declined, then your offer was too low. If it's accepted, it'll have a link in that email, and it will tell, and then you click on that link, and that will take you to a special page that allows you to purchase that chart at the price that you offered. Now, I thought this would be pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of people are not understanding it, and they're just paying the price that I have listed. So make sure that when you submit your offer, that you don't just say add to cart on things that are in that section, that you open it up in full product view, click make an offer, and then it'll ask you for, it'll show you the current price, ask you for what your offer is, and then like your name, your email, and then if you want to make any comments, you can. And then you'll find out, you know, relatively soon whether your offer was accepted or not. And then you have 48 hours to accept that, to purchase that item at that offered rate. You can purchase more than one thing using the make an offer in the same order. What you do is, let's say you had 3 items that you made an offer on and all 3 of them were accepted. Then you just go, make sure you go to your email, click the first link, add that one to your cart, go back to your email, click the second link, add that one to your cart, and then the third one. And then if you have any more shopping to do, do that, and then check out, and you should get all 3. I've had people purchase more than one in the same order, so you that should work for you. If you have any troubles, give me a call. So that's what I'm trying for this year. I'll be adding to that category many times in the next few weeks. Anytime I see something in my drawers or anything that isn't moving, or I think I just need to get rid of so I can get new inventory for you, then that category will be updated. So take a look, because you can really, like I said, think garage sale prices, or just, you know, anything you're like, man, I really would like that chart, but I wish she'd take a little bit less. Well, you got 300 charts that you can give that a try on and see what you think. So sampler history lesson. I just can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this segment, and I have gotten so many comments about how much people are enjoying it. So if you're just joining us for the first time, about 4 videos I started a segment where I'm reading a portion out of this 2-volume book. It's called Girlhood Embroidery by Betty Ring, and this is volume 1, and it's a history of samplers, American samplers, from starting from the pretty much early 1624 or something like that. And it's super interesting. If you go back, if you want to catch up on the other ones that I've done so far, you can go back to my previous 3 or 4 videos. This one, we're still in the chapter on Massachusetts, needlework of Massachusetts. And the section that I picked this time, first of all, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this, but I just want to show you this embroidered box from, they think it's circa 1657 to 1685, and it's an embroidered cabinet with original wooden case. So just take a look at this. Here's the finished, the whole box. Isn't that amazing? And then here's the box opened up, and you can just see I know it's not, you know, that great on the video, but isn't that amazing? And that's from the 1600s. This one, the section I chose today, the section is still within Massachusetts. It's called Boston Embroideries in the 18th century, so the 1700s. And the section I chose is on Adam and Eve samplers. And this is, I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm going to read a little bit to you and then show you about 3 different samplers. It says Adam and Eve samplers. Boston's first important group of samplers emerged in the 1720s. The earliest recorded example is dated 1724. Unlike the stylized band samplers with newly fashionable borders that characterize Newport and Philadelphia samplers of this decade, Boston work retained the form and techniques of the 17th century and continued the charming pictorial naivete of the Stuart period. The Adam and Eve samplers worked in Boston between 1724 and 1744, and several closely related pieces are startling in their similarity to an English sampler from 1654, although the band patterns of the early example are more exquisitely and intricately worked. Why a Boston schoolmistress favored a mid-17th century pattern in the 1720s remains unexplained. In any case, the pictorial motifs she chose are nearly identical to their 1654 prototype, and the lacy, partly detached embroidery and lift-up fig leaves echo the 17th century style. More on the lift-up fig leaves shortly. The hexagonal band pattern, which appears to be exclusive to the Boston region, is found on a band sampler worked by Lydia Hart in 1731, and it is first known to be coupled with Adam and Eve in the 1734 work of Anne Peartree. Another Lydia Hart worked an exceptionally elaborate example in this style in 1744. Otherwise, the Adam and Eve patterns appear to have been simplified by 1739 when Ruth Rogers worked her sampler, probably at a different school. No facts are available concerning the leading schoolmistress of Boston during the 1720s, but there is little doubt that she taught between 1724 and 1744, or that the patterns she favored were carefully copied by other schoolmistresses. So, first I'm going to show you the 1654 sampler. So this is, let's see if I can get some light. This is the sampler from 1654, and it's just amazing how beautiful it still is. But this is the one that they're saying that the schoolmistress in Boston used as a prototype, so that she got her ideas based on, that was very, very similar to this sampler from the 1600s. And then this is an example, and you can see the long hair of Eve and kind of long hair of Adam, and then the different bands. So this one in the black and white is by Mehetable Dunn. It says, Mehetable Dunn is my name, and I was standing up, name, and with my needle I wrought the same, but if my skill it had been better, I would have mended every letter. And that one's from 1724. Another one by Martha Butler is my name, and it has the exact same phrase. Hang on, I am going to pause for a second. Sorry about that. I had to pause. You may have heard my husband in the background. He is home today, and I told him I was making my video, and he decided to make a phone call standing right outside my door. So I had to pause and say, "You're in my video, stop that." So anyway, the exact same verse by Martha Butler, and Martha's Garden of Eden is much like that of the it's Mehetabel. I do not, and that's a first name, Mehetable Dunn. But she added lift up fig leaves to the formerly unclad Adam and Eve. I think that is so funny. So I'll show you those in a minute. Martha from 1718 may have been the daughter of Peter Butler and Martha Wharton, who were married in Boston on February 8th, 1717. Martha Butler married Peter Jenkins in Boston on September 1742. So here's Martha's sampler. You see, it's Adam and Eve, and right here there are fig leaves that you can lift up. So I have no idea what's underneath those fig leaves, but I thought, and I guess that was pretty common. It's also in the next one that I'm going to show you. So the next one, this is a different one. So samplers, let's see. Oh, the next one I'm going to show you is by Anne Pear, and it just says Anne Peartree, her work. silk and metallic threads on linen. Anne worked her scene above an early rendition of the Boston band sampler, which appeared on samplers of this region from 1731 until the 1820s, but this design seldom occurred elsewhere in a simple band pattern form. Anne Peartree was the daughter of a now unknown father and Catherine Peartree, who lived on Middle Street in Boston and was licensed to sell strong drink at retail on October 13th, 1740. That's hilarious. Let's see. Anne died of smallpox probably in December 1743, and Catherine was a widow by January 31st, 1744, when she was granted the administration of Anne's estate. She also died before February of 1744, and Anne's uncle, William Tadcar, a tailor, was then named administrator of the estate. So this is Anne's sampler, and it is just beautiful detail. And here again we have the lift up fig leaves, but I love the deer here and all the animals. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the section on Adam and Eve samplers in Boston. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. I just am really liking this this segment of the videos. Next, on to inventory. Since I just, like I said, we got rid of a ton of stuff over the holiday sales. So right after the first of the year, I didn't want to put any more inventory costs on my 2019 year. So right when January 1st, 2nd, I put in some large restock orders with Hoffman and Witchelt and Dinky Dyes. So just to give you some of the best sellers that are now back in stock. Some of them haven't been in stock for a while. So this is Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick, and I really like this one. It says, I myself am made entirely of flaws stitched together with good intentions. And it's got a dog up here and the spools of thread and scissors. And I really like that I'm stitched together with good intentions. And then Game of Swans by Long Dog Samplers is back in stock. And the Fairy Flower Garden Mandala by Chatelaine. And also by Chatelaine is the Alpine Seasons Garden Mandala. These are so beautiful. I don't think I'll ever attempt one. This one is Pomerium, the Medieval Fruit Garden Mandala, and the Irish Mandala. All those are back in stock. Then we've got the, this one's by Moira Blackburn. It's Don't Worry Spiders, I Clean Casually. And this one is the Birthday Sampler by Moira Blackburn. And it has, you can use it just as a sampler, but down below it has room for name and age and date. That one has an age too, but it would be a wonderful gift for an adult, not just a child. Castles in the Air by Long Dog Samplers. Crossword, not words, again by Long Dog Samplers. And then this one I had purchased in a originally in a personal collection, and I just loved it, so I ordered it. And it is a Quaker game board by Papillon Creations. Isn't that beautiful? And it says, all work and no play make Jack a doughboy. So beautiful. And then Red House Roof Sampler by Moira Blackburn. And Elizabeth Oliver Sampler by Moira Blackburn. And then this one I just love. Three Things Sampler. This is also by Moira Blackburn. And this is the verse. 3 things there are that will never come back. The arrow shot forth on its destined track, the appointed hour that could not wait, and the helpful word that was spoken too late. Isn't that beautiful? And these charts by Moira Blackburn, the ones I've showed you here, are all done in DMC floss and not really that many colors. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 13. This one has 17 colors, but one of them that I had only had 7. And the DMC floss makes it a little less expensive to kit that up. This has been super popular. I haven't had this in stock for a while. I've got the little boy tree, and then, sorry, I've got a couple of those, the little girl tree. And those are, I think these are so adorable, and they're by Shannon Christine Designs. Another one by Papillon Creations that I had also gotten in a personal collection and loved is the Mary Queen of Scots sampler. And what's interesting about this is this whole write-up here, the designer gives information on the motifs and icons used in the sampler and why they were important to the period of Mary Queen of Scots. So that one's, and I love the intricate alphabet at the top. This one is by Tempting Tangle Designs. It's called Arc of White, and it says, "Spider sewed at night without a light upon an arc of white." And it's a quote by Emily Dickinson from 1891. That's the design. Be good for Halloween, good for autumn. And there is, this is done in Dinky Dye Silk Floss, and there is a silk pack available for that. Another one by Shannon Christine is Jeweled Elephant. And then by Tempting Tangles is Happy Easter. It's actually, the name of it is Springtime Easter Delight. And I love, these are all sampler motif flowers, but they've been done in really bright seasonal colors. Really like that. This one's been super popular and has been out of stock for a while. Stitching doesn't take patience, it teaches patience. And that is also by Tempting Tangle Designs. And there is a Dinky Dyes floss pack available for that chart. And the last one is Liberty and Justice for All, also by Tempting Tangles. And I believe that there's a floss pack. No, there's not a floss pack. It only uses 2 colors. Either uses, you can use Classic Colorworks or you can use DMC. And that's it. That's just some of the back in stock items that we've had. Okay, I'm going to pause again because I forgot to bring the giveaway. So hang on. Okay, you wouldn't know it, but I do actually prepare for these videos and I always leave something out. The giveaway this week is a bird in hand by Barbara Ann Designs. I really like it. I love the bird and I love the glove. If you would like a chance to win this, just enter below. I would like to stitch a bird in hand, and don't put the word giveaway, and you need to be 18 for me to legally ask for your address so I can ship it to you. So you need to be 18 and just say I'd like to stitch the bird in hand. 2020, what's coming up? I'm going to continue FlossTube. I'm enjoying it so much. I do think it adds a lot to getting to know Cobweb Corner, and it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it, and I hope you have fun watching and that you get something out of it. Also, what I'm going to do is to have more stitch alongs. We've had 3 so far this year, or last year, and 2 of them are pretty much over. And the third one really just started. It started officially December 1st. It's the Bewitching Pixies Stitch Along, the Nora Corbett series. And there's 12 different pixies, or 11, I can't remember. It's 11 or 12 different pixies, and you can stitch any of them that you want. And the official start date was December 1st, but a lot of people waited till after the holiday and after the new year. So some people are just starting. So if you would like to stitch one of the pixies with us, there's a link below in the more information section, and you can join the Facebook group and pick which pixie you want to stitch and start posting your progress. But the stitch alongs are a lot of fun. They're another way for me to stay connected with my customers. So I think the next stitch along that we're going to have is going to be the Songbirds Garden series by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I just reordered a bunch of restock for those. I'm out of most of them. And I'm going to get my supply list together before I officially announce it and create the Facebook group and everything. But just to give you an idea, the ones I have left in stock are Winter Wisdom and Summer Bliss and Have Faith, and there is Beauty in Simplicity, and Sing for Joy. So that is, there's 12 altogether. That's what, 5 or 6 of them. And you'll be able, if you are interested in that stitch along, you'll be able to choose any of the ones in the series that you want to stitch. And the reason I like to do it that way is you get to see, first of all, multiple things being stitched and multiple ways are stitched, like different fabric colors, different fabric sizes. Some people change out the floss. So it's a way for the group to, you know, if I said, oh, we're going to stitch this one, what is this one? I can't read it backwards in the screen. If I said, okay, everybody, this is a stitch along for gratitude and we're all going to stitch this one. It's like, that's a lot of fun, but it might not appeal to someone where they're like, boy, I wish we could have done the joy one from that series. So you'll be able to pick whichever one you want. And I'm hoping to have that announced within the next couple weeks. So watch for that. But those are my big goals for 2020 is continued social media and staying connected. It's just a lot of fun. It's hard to work by yourself all the time. And I feel like when I'm making these videos and on social media that I'm not so much alone. So end up the video. We started a new segment last video, and I am choosing a poem from the book The Rose That Blooms in the Night, and this is by Allie Michelle. And I got this book for my daughter and my nieces and myself for Christmas, and it's geared toward women and young girls, young women, in that it has some, it's geared definitely toward women, but I think there's something in it for everybody. The poem I'm going to read to you today is called The Answers Are in the Questions. The answers are in the questions. Every day she asks life the same questions. What does this mean? Why am I here? Where am I going? Will everything work out? Exasperated by her questions, life came down and handed her a book. This book has your entire future inside of it. Every twist and turn, love and loss, success and failure, down to the last detail until your death. Read it if you wish. Life walked away, leaving her with her future in the palm of her hands. She looked at the closed book for a while, feeling its weight. She could open it and know every little detail, down to when she would die. She realized that sometimes the answers exist within the questions themselves, and a world without mystery was a world without hope. She surrendered the book back into life's hands, along with the worry that had consumed her mind. So this book is, if you like the poems that I read and want a copy for yourself, it's available in my Amazon shop, and the link to my Amazon shop is down below. I bought it at Barnes & Noble. So let me know what you think about the poems. That is it for this week. Have a happy stitchy week, everybody. And I hope to see you before I take off for Vegas. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.